Hey there, I'm Lacey Severson and welcome to my channel. Today I am super excited to share with you my step-by-step process for how I create acrylic abstract paintings that beautifully incorporate a realistic landscape. I've been working on this particular style for the last couple of years, and currently this year I'm creating a large body of work of 63 national park paintings. It is a lot, so I'm happy to put together a video going all around that, how I am breaking it down into quarters, not just looking at the whole entire year. So if you want to hear about that, leave that in the comments below. But in the meantime, if you're a beginner or an advanced artist, you'll find something valuable in this tutorial. So grab your paintbrushes and let's dive right in. For this stage, I like to be on the floor. I'm just gonna go over some of the supplies that I'm using today that will be helpful for you in this process. I have a pre-stretched, I stretched it myself, canvas. This is a 12 by 12. I like mine to have a raw look to it, so I use clear gesso to go over the top. And I did that a couple days ago, so that's all ready to go. I have a painter's mat on the floor so there's not paint spilling all over. I try not to get it over the edges for the abstract feel that I go for. I go for more of a pouring method. So I try to keep everything on the canvas so there's no spillage. But sometimes it does happen, so it's good to have a painter's mat. I have my glass palette. I also have wax paper that goes over the top of it. I just used white tape to keep it on there. It is pre-used, but I like to use it when it gets as messy as possible, so that's why it's still from a last project. I have a glass full of water because it's gonna help for the pouring. And I have a variety of brushes. These are nothing special, just random brushes that I have that I use the most, so you can try to figure out what those are and put it in the comments because I don't know exactly which ones they are. And then I have my golden paint brand. I love this paint brand the most because of the pigment, but you can really use any acrylic paint for this project. You do not have to use this high of grade because it can get very expensive. So this is the paint that I'm using. I think as far as it goes, that's everything you're gonna need for this particular project. So again, you do not have to use the canvas that I'm using. You don't have to use any of the supplies that I have. You can use anything that you have on hand. So let's get started in the painting process. If you're feeling nervous about starting this project, remember this inspiring quote by Case Kelly. All you need is the audacity to suck at something new and the stubbornness to keep sucking until you don't. And you can accomplish anything in life. This resonates with me every time I approach a painting. It is a powerful reminder that perfection does not happen overnight. It takes practice and dedication. If you show up and you put in the effort, you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. Where I do this, I usually take a level and make sure that the water is going to be level before doing this, because if you don't, you will have you'll have a lot of spillage. So make sure it's pretty even before you go in, and then of course you're not going to really be able to see the water that I had just poured, so off to the side is usually where I look so I can, you know, get that reference. I like to make it pretty abstract when I first start, just because I like to get like a thinner layer and then I like to go in with another one. Sometimes I'll be doing 6 or 7 layers before I'm really satisfied with how it looks, and then I'll begin adding the realistic. But I just want to play around. I think this first layer I want it to be really light, so I'm gonna have to come back because it's a kind of a thicker layer. But I like to add these 2 tones, just going in with these teals. Have this beautiful reference photo here. I really want to just highlight the mountains that are in the background. This little break in the water starts, and a little bit of the coral. But other than that, I kind of just want to leave it more abstract. I was thinking, because it's the American Samoa, I was thinking about having a sea turtle swimming down, but I'm not really sure yet. I think I'm just gonna start on these elements, and then with time, if I decide that I want to put the sea turtle in, then I can put the sea turtle in. When starting this stage, I'm working light, making small steps carving out elements that I see through the abstract layers. You never really want to rush in because it's kind of a slow process. And sometimes you want to leave this piece for a couple days to look at the abstract piece to really see where you want to add those real elements. You really don't have to rush into it. It's kind of a slow, steady process. And if you're anything like me, your imposter syndrome kicks in and you're like, why am I doing this? I don't even know what I'm doing. Blah. So, working small steps towards your goals is just kind of the best way to go. The sea turtle ended up actually taking me the most amount of time out of this painting. I didn't add the beginning part of it because I had to redo it so many times. What I did end up doing is I added a chalk outline and it covered really well. I added a whole bunch of layers on top of this, kind of redoing this turtle I think probably 5 times. But I have to say it really came to life, and I feel like I'm satisfied and happy that I added this element to this project because I don't think this painting would have been the same without it. Okay, so that is it. I have walked you through my step-by-step process. I didn't walk you through all of the painting elements because that would have taken so long in this video form. So if you are interested in any full-length video, it's probably going to be around an hour or more. So, but as far as it goes, this piece is pretty well done for now. I'm going to put it up in my house for a week and see how I feel. I may want to change some elements around. I'm loving the mountains up top. That's looking really well. I really love the texture. I'm really loving the turtle. I usually don't do animals because they take very long to do, but I am trying to get better at them. The coral is, we'll see about the coral as time goes on, but right now I'm feeling it's a little bland. My fingerprint is down below because I always love to put my fingerprint on a piece. Makes me feel more connected to it. That's an artist signature. And then Break in the Water is looking well. Really, all the elements are looking good in this piece. I wasn't sure how it was gonna go. Honestly, the piece is gonna be done once the piece is sold. That is the goal. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in another one.